How's it going, football fans around the world? I am in Manchester, UK with my boy EMILE. If you remember him from back in the early days of my channel, he was in the Manchester Derby video, and I've flown all the way here just because he's been such a cool mate to have. Met him back at uni. You gonna leave me hanging or what, bro? And then, yeah, I'm here on vacation, but I thought, you know what, it'd be a cool idea if we make some videos together. So yeah. In today's video, we're going to be doing some early Premier League predictions. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to go first. How we're going to do this is we're going to go from bottom to top. Let's get to it. In 20th place, I'm going to be going with Bournemouth or Bournemouth. Is that how you say it? Bournemouth. Bournemouth is how you pronounce it.
These American youths, man.
That's who I'm going to go with. They were in here about, 2 seasons ago, I believe. 2 or 3 seasons ago. They didn't really have much. I don't see them having much better squad than they did, obviously, a few seasons ago. So it's going to take a lot more than that, and I just don't see them having it this year. So that's why I'm going with them with dead last. They weren't nothing too crazy. They weren't nothing too special in the championship for me to think that, you know what, they're going to come out here and they're going to survive. How about you? How about yourself? Who you got?
Well, I'm actually surprised to say I agree with you, Augie, on this one.
Yeah, we ain't going to be doing much of that this video, are we?
I don't think so, mate. Especially when you've got a deluded City fan like yourself.
Nah, bro, this guy...
These man don't know
This
anything.
guy is the most deluded fan I've ever met. It's crazy how deluded
Bro,
he is.
I'm doing this as a neutral.
No, if you want a definition of a Man U fan, this is your guy.
Hey, what a compliment.
Absolutely
Man decided
delusion.
to compliment me.
Absolutely delusion. But let's get into the video. We'll get into that talk later. Let's get into the relegation zone.
I bet. So I also agree with Bournemouth. I think that their squad is very low compared to the other sides in the Premier League. We've seen teams who have been sort of in and out of the relegation zone, sort of improve their squad and become even stronger, bro. Obviously, these guys have gone to the Championship, not even really improved their squad. So, to be honest, I think the Premier League is really strong this year, and I think that we might even see a contender to challenge Derby for the lowest ever points tally in the Premier League.
That's a big shout, that is. That is a huge freaking shout. But I'm not going to disagree much. I don't know if they're going to be challenging Derby. I don't know if they're going to be challenging Derby for the lowest point tally, but I do believe they're going to be dead last. But for 19th place, for the second relegated team, I'm going to go with Fulham. They were here again a few seasons ago, 2 seasons ago. I know that for a fact. They had some good games, and I did see a little bit of quality there. But I remember looking back at their point tally, and I was just like, well, they are far off it. I mean, I think they were closer to Norwich, who got last that season, than they were. They were closer to dead last than they were to getting out. And so for me, that just tells me that, I mean, they don't even have a better team than that. So that's just telling me that they're not going to come here and do a madness and survive. I believe it's going to be exactly the same. They'll finish 19th like they did last time. So that's why I've gone for Fulham here. Keep it short and sweet. Off to EMILE here. Who do you got?
Once again, I completely agree with you. I'm surprised that you didn't say Fulham, but I completely agree with you, big man. And for real, I agree with you, bro. I mean, obviously in the Championship, they smashed it, and that was due to Mitrovic and his goals, bro. That guy in the Championship was a monster, bro, with the goals he scored.
Indeed, true.
I don't think he can replicate that in the Premier League.
He already had an opportunity once, didn't he?
Twice. He got 11 goals and he got 3. The next following season, he got 3 goals, bro. So, man, I can't see him doing the same in the Premier as he did in the Championship. And I think without that, they're going to struggle big, man.
That's a big part of the game. Yeah, true. All right, yeah, okay. So that's 2 things we have agreed on here.
Let's go.
For my third and final relegated team. So for number 18, it really hurts me to say this because I rated you guys so much last season. In my video where I ranked each Premier League team season, I had them all the way up at the top of my list just because I really rated y'all. And y'all did really, really well. But I do believe you guys overperformed a little bit. Ooh. And so for 18th, I've gone for Brentford. I don't want to say that, and honestly, I'm not fully convinced that you guys will because I feel like there is a few teams that you guys could go ahead of, which I'll mention later. But as of right now, I just feel like y'all are going to be the next Sheffield. Sheffield, they came in, they really overperformed. They got up all the way up in close to top 10. And then next year, it was just absolutely crap for you guys. I know VAR kind of really messed with you, but yeah, for Brentford here, I just don't believe they're going to have enough to stay up this season. But that's just my pick as of right now. I know I'm going to be going back and forth as the season goes because you guys do have some quality. Yeah, this season I just don't feel like you're going to have enough to actually stay up. Getting framed, G. Easy.
Hell yeah.
This guy, man. All right, so yeah, that's my team. Like I said, I know I'm going to be going back and forth because, like I said, you guys do have quality. But I don't know, I just feel like I'll just get into it with the other teams. Go ahead.
So obviously, like you said there about Brentford, I think that they did well to keep hold of Ivan Toney. So that's why I've not got Brentford in the relegation zone. Instead, I've gone for Leeds. Leeds United.
They've done well with this new coach, so you got Leeds.
Well, I've got Leeds in there because obviously they brought him in, and he's done all right. I think that's that manager buzz, having that new manager in. I think with the new season starting, obviously they're going to lose Rafinha. Maybe going to lose a couple others as well.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't see them signing any concrete
Calvin Phillips is gone as well.
Calvin Phillips is gone, his mate.
Jeez.
So
I forgot about that.
Fucked it. Man forgot about it on his own channel.
Oh, man, that's disgraceful for me. All right, go ahead.
So, yeah, I've got Leeds in number 18, bro. I think Jesse March will be the first managerial casualty of the new season. And I think that Leeds will be relegated.
Into 17th, just surviving. I have gone for, as you can probably tell, there's only one team that's been promoted that I didn't put going straight back down. And that is Nottingham Forest. Did I say it correctly? Nottingham Forest.
We'll take it.
All right, Nottingham Forest. The reason why I've gone for Nottingham Forest is, I don't know. I just believe in what they've got here. I don't know what it is, the history that this team has. I know that was a long time ago. But something's just telling me, it's not necessarily the brains, it's just more so my heart is just telling me that they're going to survive this season. They're going to do whatever it takes, and they're just going to simply survive. It's not going to be crazy, right? They're not going to go on some crazy-ass run. I just feel like throughout the season, they'll pick up a few draws and a few wins here. Just enough just to stay up. Now, I'm not totally confident. Like I said, these next three teams I have from going Brentford, now Nottingham, and then the next team I have, honestly, I can see all those three teams kind of shifting about, but something's just telling me here that Nottingham Forest are going to survive. I don't have much reason. I honestly don't. It's just my heart. My heart is telling me that they're going to do it. So that's why I've gone for Nottingham, just surviving over Brentford in 17th place. Who do you have here?
Well, first of all, I'd say it's funny seeing a City fan talk about heart, because those guys, it's just no heart there.
This guy.
For me, I've got just missing out is Brentford. I think Tony's goals will do just enough to keep them out of the relegation zone for long enough. I think they will They will possibly nearly hit 40 points, which, like we know, is that's the cut-off point pretty much.
Yeah.
So I can see Brentford doing all right.
Yeah. For me, now going into 16th, I have Everton.
Ooh,
Everton. Yeah. So like I said, between Everton, Nottingham, and Brentford, I can see all three of them kind of shifting about, kind of switching places here and there, and I can honestly see Everton getting relegated. For me, this team they're kind of a joke right now. And I don't want to go too in to Everton and Everton's fan base.
Joke.
But for them to be almost relegated last season I couldn't do nothing more just to laugh. But also in my head, I have a few Everton fans, and I was starting to feel their pain because I was just like, how do you have this good of a team, but yet you're this trash? And the only reason why you guys survived, right, is because Charleston kind of saved them a bit.
And Lampard was good.
Lampard was good, but Richarlison was your big guy, was your big star, and you have now lost them to Tottenham. And now who else are they about to leave? Lose?
Czarkowski's gone.
And then they might lose Gordon?
That's mad if they lose Gordon.
There's some talks about that. And yeah, you guys just haven't been really covering yourself in glory here. It's been really poor for Everton. I feel like we're about to see another relegation battle. And honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if you guys do get relegated this season. Your team hasn't strengthened since last season, and we know how big of a close call last season was. So for me, it's going to be more of the same. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better for me. So that's why I've gone Everton here. I can honestly see them getting ready to get relegated this season. But for now, I'll put them in at 16th.
So for me, I disagree. I think Everton had a poor season last season, but I think they will bounce back quite well.
Mm-hmm.
But I will go for, in 16th place, Southampton this season. When I look at Southampton's squad, they've made a few new signings. Obviously, they've got some decent forwards as well, So, yeah, man, I don't know. I just don't see them doing too well this season. So I've got them in 16th. Nothing special, nothing much to say, really.
Keeping it short and sweet. Keeping it short and sweet.
Just like something else.
All right. So this now takes us into 15th. For me, I'm going with Southampton. So he had him at 16th. I had him at 15th. Kind of more of the same. This is my team right now. Not the team I support.
See, these City fans, man, just changing every
No, but look, this is my... If you know what series I'm talking about, I have a player career mode, and my team is Southampton, and the series is called Saving Southampton for the Relegation Battle. But, yeah, it's going to take a me to go out there and save him, and unfortunately, I'm not in the actual team. But they have made a few signings. No one that's big enough for me to think that they're going to go out and do well here. You guys ended up finishing, what did y'all finish last year? So actually, y'all ended up finishing 15th last season. And I'm putting you in the exact same spot. I'm not seeing you guys doing too much better, not too much worse. I'm not going to go here and say you're going to get relegated. I said that last season because you guys do always have that one game where you get smacked by 6 or 7 goals. And I just think...
or 9.
Or 9. And I just think it's outrageous, like how the manager hasn't been sacked for that alone. 3 seasons back-to-back. Look, 3 seasons back-to-back were even beat by 6 goals plus. How you guys let it get that bad sometimes, I don't know. But I still am a firm believer of Southampton. I love your guys' new kits. I love them a lot. And I know that's not any reason to say that they're going to survive because of that. But I don't know. There's not going to be anything special from you guys here, I think. You guys do have a good few players. Like, I really rate Kyle Walker-Peters. James Ward-Prowse, I rate him a lot. So that's why I'm going to stick you guys there. Who you got?
Well, I've actually gone for a bit of a surprise. I've gone for Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Yeah, Wolves.
I think last season, especially the last 5 games, bro, the season, that's relegation form, big man. You know what I'm saying?
It really was
terrible,
bad.
bro.
So they went from competing the European football to being nowhere near it.
Yeah. So, I don't see them doing too well. I mean, only 38 goals scored that season.
Yeah, one of the worst goal scoring records.
I can't see them doing too well at all, bro. I mean,
but the defensive record was very well for the most part of the season. They were like the 3rd or 4th team for the best defensive record.
That's true, bro. But like we say, man, the last 5 games last season, man, it's relegation form. We've seen teams often carry on their form at the start of the season, and I think Wolves will be one of them considering the lack of signings, bro.
All right, so now we're going into 14th. I have gone, and honestly, after hearing Emile's point about them, I might change this up later.
Plastic.
Shut the fuck up. But I've gone for Leeds here. Look, my American brother, my American coach, he ended the season really well.
He did.
He kept Leeds up. And I don't know, you guys had a really good season that first year. Obviously, the second year wasn't as good, but you ended the season strong. So I feel like you're just going to carry it into the next year. Now, I know you guys lost. Well, I forgot about it going into this video. But as of now, I know you guys have lost tons of big players. Rafinha, Calvin Phillips. But I don't know. Something's telling me that this manager is going to... Something's telling me that this manager is going to figure it out. And he's going to keep you guys up again. And maybe even finish a little bit better than you guys did last year. Because what did you finish last season? You finished 17, just above relegation zone.
Just above it, man.
I'm not saying you're going to finish with too much more points. You guys got 38. But I can see you guys maybe getting to 35. Kind of where that 14th place team ends about. So that's why I've gone for Leeds here. I have a lot of hope for you guys this season. I have a lot of hope. Who do you got at 14, G?
14, I've got newly promoted Nottingham Forest.
Whoa, Nottingham Forest finishing that high, huh?
I've got a big man in between the sticks, Dean Henderson, who knows his stuff, man. Great goalkeeper.
You say that as a Man United fan.
I'm doing this video as a neutral.
Nah, Man United fans didn't give him any sort of love, bro. And you was one of them.
Nah, bro, I love Dean Henderson, bro. He's a great keeper, bro. He did well against Hughes, man. He got us a goal against Hughes a couple of seasons back, bro, with his throw out to Luke Shaw, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, he's a great keeper, man. I think that, he'll help Nottingham Forest a lot. Having a great keeper between the sticks, bro, is great, bro. Like, and especially when he comes back to United, bro, he'll be
You would know. You need a lot more than a great keeper to do well.
That's true.
You would know that.
Well, teams have won the league and the best player's been the keeper, bro.
All right. But you believe the players out there will have enough to finish that high?
I mean, I believe so, bro. Like, I watched them last season in the Championship, bro. I thought they worked really hard, bro.
They did, but they only did get in by playoffs.
Playoffs, promotion. We've seen teams get automatic promotion, win the Championship, and teams that win the playoffs stay in the Prem, bro. Mm-hmm. So I think Nottingham Forest, bro, they've got a lot of history. They're a big club. So, yeah, man, I'm backing them to do well, and I hope they stay in. And I think they will.
I do too. And that's why I've kept them up as well. But for them to finish that high, I feel like that's maybe a little bit too much. But we'll see. Now going into 13th place, I've gone here with Villa. Season, I believe I had you guys finishing higher because I do honestly rate your squad. But I don't know what it is. Your performances are really on and off here. I feel like you can go out and compete against a really good club. But then you'll go on a run losing against teams who are almost close to relegation. So it's just very inconsistent for me. You guys haven't made any really big signings either, have they? So you guys ended up finishing 14th last year. I'm having you guys finish one place above. I'm not seeing much change for you guys, so I don't know why we would see that in the table. So yeah, I'm going for you guys 13th. That's really it.
For me, I think that's not far off where Villa will finish. But for me, I'll go for Everton, number 13.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they'll bounce back from last season's atrocious campaign. I think 13th will be good for them, little modest position, and they'll kick on. I think that, the key for them this season, obviously they lost Richarlison, but I think that's what will be the key for them, because I think without Richarlison, I think Calvert-Lewin will shine more, and I think he'll actually do better without Richarlison. Obviously, some players need someone to compete against in order to do well, but I think Calvert-Lewin's got enough motivation, bro. And the guy's
You think he can stay fit, though?
That's what I'm saying. He's got to stay fit as well. But if he stays fit, and he's competing for the England spot, bro, I think he'll do well, bro. I think he's
gonna shine next year.
I think he's gonna shine. I think he'll do well. Yeah, and I think especially under Lampard, bro. I think he's a great coach. Didn't do too well at Chelsea, but I think he's a great coach, especially with English players. So yeah, man, that's what I'll go for.
Now going into 12th place, I have Wolves. As I was saying it with him, you guys were, for a lot of the season, you guys were competing for a European spot, and I even made a video over you guys, and I was giving you guys my predictions on who I believe could get that Final Four spot, and you guys were in the conversation. But then you guys ended up dropping off so far off that you ended up being 10th place, nowhere near any European. Well, not top four. You're the Conference League, but I mean, I'm sure you guys want more than that. But it was just such a drop off towards the end of the season. It was terrible form. You guys had a good defensive record. I don't see you guys having that big of a defensive record next year. And then the lack of goals. I mean, it hurts me to say this because I love Jimenez. My Mexican boy plays for my national team, but obviously him alone is just not enough to be scoring goals week in and week out. So
I mean, he didn't do too amazing last season. Obviously, he's just
Jimenez
concussion,
ever since that injury, Jimenez hasn't been the same. Offensively, I don't see anything for you guys going forward.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys are gonna rack up the goals, and yeah, that's why I got you guys at 12th. I can honestly see you guys finishing even lower than that, but I've gone for 12th here just because you guys do well when it comes to defending. So that's why I'm going to stick you there. How about yourself?
12th place for me. Obviously, I'm going for Aston Villa.
Mm-hmm.
Villa. Hell yeah. Obviously with Steven Gerrard at the helm, bro. I think he's a great coach, man. Pains me to say it, but I think he's a fantastic coach. I think Coutinho's going to have a great season. They've got some good players there. Ollie Watkins up top, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm backing Villa this season, bro, to come 12th. Comfortable, quiet season.
That brings us now to 11th place. For 11th place, I know this is going to be a surprise to probably a lot of y'all. I've gone for Leicester City. Leicester City. So what was it, 2 seasons ago that you won the FA Cup, right? Or was that last? It wasn't. So 2 seasons ago, or 3 seasons ago, what was it, 2 or 3 seasons ago?
It was the season before last, mate.
So season before last, you had won the FA Cup, but you bottled top 4 like you did the past 2 or 3 previous seasons.
Insane.
And then this year you ended up finishing 8th place.
Bottle jobs, mate. 8th's alright.
8th's alright. 8th's alright, but there's just a few more teams on this list who I believe are going to do slightly better. I mean, they ended the season strong last year. They're showing very much potential. With Leicester, I'm not seeing that potential, and you're possibly going to lose some of your key players. Tillemans might be out the door.
Yeah.
Who else might be out the door?
There's been a couple of rumours about Iheanacho, but I don't see it happening personally.
Yeah, so and I don't see you guys improving much. I haven't seen you guys in the transfer market buying any players that are really making me think like, wow, they can maybe do something this year. And I feel like you guys are going to really struggle this season. There's just a few more teams out here who I think are going to step up their game. And for me, I don't think Leicester is going to be able to handle it. Yeah. So that's why I've gone for Leicester at 11th place here.
Yeah, I think Leicester will be happy with that, man. I mean,
you think they'll be happy with that?
If they avoid a relegation battle and they finish comfortably in the top half of the table or even 11th, bro.
You think they'll be fine with that?
I think they'll be fine with it, bro, especially with the success they've had in recent years.
Yeah, okay.
For me, in 11th place, I've gone for Crystal Palace, man. I think with Patrick Vieira, bro, the guy's great coach, man. Patrick Vieira, man. I love that guy as a coach.
He did very, very well. Great coach. Very well.
Taught these guys a lesson. Yeah. Smack these guys up.
Yeah, they did.
So, yeah, man, I'm backing, bro. I'll back them again, bro. 11th place for Palace, bro. I'm sure they'll snap a hand off for that, bro. And then maybe in 2-3 seasons' time, they can start thinking about pushing into that top 10, maybe even top 8, So, fair dues to Palace, man. Big respect,
But as for 10th place for me, now this is why I have Leicester lower. is because there's 2 teams on here, or 3 teams actually, who I believe are going to have a mad season, and Brighton's going to be one of them.
Yeah, so
they actually end up finishing 9th, so I actually got they finished them a little bit below. Their manager Potter, I don't know how you say it.
we know he's called Graham though.
Graham Potter.
It might be
or
Nigel
Potter.
Pearson. Nah, that's an old.
Nah, it's Potter. It's Potter for real.
Years back.
He's a great manager. I really do respect what he's doing. He's building a really nice team, and he's building a great team. He's doing very well for him. I actually, if I would have made a video about who I believe was the manager of the season, I would have had him up there because that's how well I believe he's doing.
Same, bro.
And so I believe that they're gonna keep that top 10 finish. I think Brighton fans would be really happy with that. A top 10, top half of the table finish. That's why I've gone for 10th here. Honestly, could see you guys maybe finishing maybe a spot or 2 higher.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely do
sure.
believe you guys are going to be in the upper side of that table. So that's why I've gone for Brighton here. I rate some of your players. Trossard's really good.
Trossard.
I can't say it. I can never say his name. Krukella.
Yeah. These men are trying to sign him, City, man.
I honestly don't want him on my team, but I do rate him a lot as a player.
Bro,
so,
I would take him at United.
You would, but I love Zinni and I love
Zinchenko's not all that, man. We'll get to City.
We'll get to them, but you guys have some sick players. I believe a lot. I back your manager a lot. And that is why I have Brighton finishing in front of Leicester, ahead of Leicester. So, who's your number 10?
Obviously, I like that your number 10 is Brighton. I really like the manager. Mm-hmm. I think that they had a great season, yeah.
Potter.
For me, for number 10, I've got Leicester, bro. Mm-hmm. Like I say, man, I think they're coming off the back of some amazingly successful years. Yeah, like you said, they bottled top 4 a few times, but even to be in that position to bottle it, man.
It is quite amazing.
That's amazing for them, bro. Mm-hmm. So I back Leicester to finish 10th.
Finished 10th. So we both got them finishing a lot lower than they have. Well, not a lot lower, but 2 places lower. Obviously, nowhere near a European spot. Yeah, I don't know. We're both feeling it the same way. I just feel like it's gonna be a really tough season this next upcoming season. And the reason why is because going into number 9 for me.
Ooh, nice transition.
I got Crystal Palace. Look, Vieira. I rate him so highly. I rated him as a player. And I rate him as a manager. Obviously, he almost pulled a double over us, but not only did he almost pull a double, but he's actually the only team that we didn't score 1 goal against. I remember watching that first game when he defeated us 2-0, and it wasn't one of those typical games where Man City are just flopping at tons of chances. I mean, there were a few opportunities squandered by us, but it was more so just the way Vieira had his team lined up. They really knew how to keep it compact. They knew when to hit us on the break, and they got 2 goals from it. And the next game, it was more the same, right? Pep came in with the same game plan. Vieira already knew what to do. They probably, honestly, should have got a goal that game.
Oh, rate Vieira, bro.
And they didn't, but they almost pulled a double over us. They ended up finishing, what was it, last season? So they ended up finishing 12th, which I was probably...
That's good, bro.
I was thinking they would a little more. Because I feel like there were some games that they did kind of bottle. Or
they did finish comfortably, though.
They did finish comfortably, but not necessarily bottle. But I feel like they should have stayed more consistent. But obviously it was Vieira's first year, and I just feel like coming into this second year, he's gonna get it right. He's gonna get it absolutely right. They've gelled well together. They now know each other. This is now their second season coming in. And I just have a feeling that Vieira's going to do a madness and get them into the top 10. I feel like he's going to get in the top 10 this year. So 9th place for me.
That's mad.
Who do you got at 9th?
Well, I think that's a bit of a stretch, bro, putting Palace at 9th, bro. But I like it, bro. I like the confidence in you putting them. I think maybe you're doing that just because they taught you guys a lesson.
Maybe it's because of that. Maybe it's kind of not a bias, but just because they did do us twice. But I don't know, bro. The fact that he did that his first season as a manager. I just feel like they're not gonna do anything but go up. It's gonna go up from here, so that's why I feel
obviously Vieira had the whole season at Palace, right? I believe so. So that's why I put him there and put Leeds further down, bro. Because I think that they're still riding that momentum.
Maybe, but I just feel like Vieira's just gonna improve. Just sure. But yeah, who do you got at 9th place for you?
At 9th place, I've got
West Ham. Ooh, okay, West Ham.
West Ham, bro.
All right, so give us a reason. Why?
So
why
they done alright last
season? 9th.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. Obviously, they done alright last season, and they also had European football last year as well.
Yeah.
So, but I think this year they'll get further into the European competitions, bro. I know they got to the semi-final, right?
Lost against Frankfurt, wasn't it?
Yeah. So they've done well. We had a fantastic season last year with Moyes, bro. I mean, I've not really seen them strengthen the squad. And that's what the top, if you finish 7th in the league, bro, you compete with the top 6. The whole top 6 improves their squad year in, year out, bro. So you've got to keep up with that. And that's not what they've done. So I'm putting them down in 9th.
Okay, stop. So since me and Emil decided to talk forever about this and we were only into 9th place, I decided that I'm going to make this into a 2-part video. So obviously this one was 20th through 9th. Next video, part 2, will be 8th to 1st. Yeah, I didn't want to waste your guys' time that much. I mean, this is already going into 25 minutes and we still have basically another 25 more. So I was just like, you know what, screw it. Let me stop it here. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Please comment down below and tune in for part 2. It's going to come in right after this one. So these two should be posting about the same time, maybe an hour or 2 difference. Tune in for the second part. That's where we get into the more interesting bit. You know, the top 8. Me and Emil really go at it. It's a really nice, funny video. So yeah, please check it out. But other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. Part 2 coming soon. See you guys soon.